that was some, natural DMT within me, sort
Mm.
of inducing these experiences. Had experiences where, I would feel like impossibly small and the bedroom would feel just like oversized, I mean, just
Mm.
just crazy, crazy big. And then it just seemed to flip, and all of a sudden I felt super large and the bedroom felt like it was nothing.
I used to feel that as a young kid as well, and this reading your book was the first time I've actually heard someone else talk about that feeling. It's
Okay, that's
interesting.
that's really interesting. I,
Mm.
I think I think these kind of things are probably far more common than we suppose. But these kind of conversations don't often spring up at work or on the
Yeah,
bus or on the train.
yeah,
But
yeah. And
yeah,
you say that in the book that it's something you're kind of as a young person were kind of wondering, why doesn't anyone talk about this? Like, why aren't my
exactly.
parents telling me about these feelings and stuff?
Exactly. I was like waking up and was like, why is nobody talking about that sound in their head? What's
Yeah,
wrong
yeah,
with these people?
yeah. I used
Yeah.
to feel that. I
And
remember.
and I didn't have the words to kind of. I was so young. I didn't have the words to properly
Right.
express it.
Yeah, or you feel like if you do, people are gonna look at you like you're an idiot or what's wrong with him kind of thing,
Yeah.
you know? So you
Yeah.
hesitate with telling
Sure.
people. But I used to feel that. I remember laying in bed, usually when it was dark, and all of a sudden it's kind of hard to explain, but it's as if all of a sudden your room is now the Grand Canyon and you're just laying there looking up at huge walls and like this towering ceiling above you, and it's a very it was a very like direct experience, and I used to feel it quite often laying in bed. It's very strange, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Had experiences where I would feel like impossibly small, and the bedroom would feel just like oversized. I mean, just
Mm.
just crazy, crazy big. And then it just seemed to flip, and all of a sudden I felt super large and the bedroom felt like it was nothing. And, I
Mm.
mean, that coupled with out of body experiences and a couple of, very unusual paranormal sightings. And I can only assume now that I've experienced DMT that was, DMT within me naturally,
Also that experience of feeling like you're very small in a very large room when it's really just all normal size. How you were kind of drawn to these things as a young person.
yeah, kind of looking back now with the DMT experiences behind me, I kind of like forced to suspect that was some, natural DMT within me, sort
Mm.
of inducing these experiences. Because as a young child, I mean, as all my life I've had this ringing sound in my head. It was
Hmm.
noticeably far louder when I was a child, but it's
Mm-hmm.
been with me all my life, and I can hear it now. But as a child, it was such a significant part of my early childhood, and I would lay awake in bed at night and listen to this sound. It seemed to get louder and louder, and yeah, the first time I tried DMT is what really astonished me, apart from its potency,
Mm.
was that sound that I'd had all my life. It was like the volume was like turned
Mm.
up, and I can't express enough how much of a significant part of my childhood and my life that sound in my head had been. So to smoke something that had a direct impact, seemingly on the volume control of that sound,
Okay.
I, I was amazed. I said, "Wow,
So
this
it was
this
that
is
the buzzing.
something special."
It was the
Yeah.
buzzing that was really something that connected to that
Yeah. I mean,
DMT
it,
realm.
it just turned up way beyond anything I'd experienced before.
Mm.
That was my first time, and that was just a few milligram. And, I didn't break through, as they say.
Mm, mm, yeah,
But
yeah.
wow, I certainly felt the power, the potency of DMT. It's just zzz, and
Mm.
I mean, depending on how much you smoke, how well you smoke it, and the quality of the DMT that you're smoking, that can become, well, I mean, it can become overwhelming.
Right.
I mean, I think that's pretty well documented by one of these research volunteers in Strassman's
Oh yeah.
document. I mean, it's just overwhelming.
Yeah, yeah. I can relate
It's
to both of those. I can relate to that buzzing sensation because it's not. I've experienced it. I think with mushrooms, just it's not strictly a sound, but also it's like a sensation. I think I felt in me, it's like a frequency or something. It's like something that's
Yeah,
tuning in. It feels like.
absolutely. Yeah, it's like it's almost like a quasi-physical sensation. I mean, I think what I've determined, this is my from my personal research, is that sound, it seems to be your mind stuff, your psycho spiritual substance, inflating out like a bubble. I mean, first time I tried it, and it was in this room. Within seconds, the room had just become ultra crystal clear. I mean, it wasn't hallucination. It just become impossibly crystal clear, like the air had been cleansed to a pristine standard.
Right.
And after numerous experiments, I determined that it's like your mind stuff, your psycho spiritual substance that's amplified temporarily, and that's such a significant part of DMT, in that once you do that, it seems to attract, in my opinion, otherworldly entities, beings that are otherwise unseen, powerful beings of hidden nature. And, I mean, when they arrive, when one of those arrives, I mean, that just, then it's just, that becomes bizarre. It's a different ball game then.
I mean, that really is the most fascinating part of hearing about these DMT experiences, is this idea that you're somehow interacting with, or at least being around other entities. I mean, that's really, it's just so interesting, right? Because it just points to so much. It points to the idea of UFOs, aliens or whatever, and also spiritual realms and spirits and things like this. It's super fascinating.